Hey guys, today we're going to talk about harvesting beans. These beans that are growing right here next to me are blue cocoa beans. They're currently growing as a part of the Three Sisters garden, which is why we have a bunch of corn stalks here. But when we're talking about harvesting these beans, we're actually harvesting these for snap beans, which means that they're going to be about this size. These are great, perfect to harvest right now. They're ones you can just pluck right off of the bush without harming it, and they'll be ready to eat right there raw. You also could cook them if you like in a recipe, but they will be good to eat raw. I wanted to take a look up here just to look, found a good example of these beans developing. You can see right here some bean flowers. Next up, very young fruits. These beans are developing, and these are a little bit older. These right here might be the smallest beans that you'd want to harvest because they could get a little bit bigger, but they will be ready in size and taste. Let's take a glance back down here at the first beans. I mentioned before, these two beans are ready to harvest. They're actually in perfect size and shape. If you look at them sideways, you can see that they are consistent in their width, which means that the seeds inside have not developed too far, which means that this bean is going to be sweet and tender when you eat it. The older, more mature bean behind it, you can see that it's starting to get a little bit bumpy right here. This is where these seeds are starting to develop and get larger. So when you see a bean that is starting to get bulging out where the seeds are growing, you can test it and see if it's good to eat. It might still be good to eat, but you can be sure that pretty soon it'll start to get tougher and bitter and not be good to eat. So if you do find beans that have already passed their prime for harvest, you can actually leave them on the plant. These seeds will continue to mature, and the pod will actually eventually dry out. At that point, you have dry beans you could make a soup out of, or you could also do an art project with them. And it's fun just to see these beans come out of the plant, that they're the same beans that you would have planted for this plant. So you could replant them with your students. But I think that should be everything you need to know about your harvest. So good luck, go out there and make sure you coordinate your harvests with your garden team, and track your harvests and weigh as well. So let's go ahead and we'll just harvest one of these beans as an example. You can just pull it right off the stem at the top. It should come off easily. There you go. Enjoy your harvest. Thanks.